People always try to tell me who I am. I gotta show them who I am. It's being Jammin.
I was told I was a killer, supposed to be a dope dealer. When it's time to gas up, they fill up. Time to gas up, they fill up. They fill up me with things that we should've seen. Coming things that we should've been. To the girls that's feeling me, to the world you're a killer. I don't even know if it's my time yet. Woo! But I'm never coming second if it is. You know I'm out hood, leave the weapon what it is. You can get your shit to slapping, Willie Smith know what it is. You know that? Boy, look at Kodak. Young dread nigga with the kick drum to blow that. With some city girls, that's just so fat they throw back. And if you ever pulled that, snow that, or blow that, you probably know. How I pour juice in the foe, but why can't you let it go? The juice sticking to my soul. Can't stop, won't stop, no. I've been told since 2004. I was told I was a killer, supposed to be a dope dealer. Like I'm supposed to move drugs off the villa. Then it's like behind bars, that's what they figure. When they ask why I say it's because, nigga. Yeah. I was told I was a killer, supposed to be a dope dealer. When it's time to gas up, they fill up. Time to gas up, they fill up. They fill up me with things that we should've seen. Coming things that we should've been. To the girls that's feeling me, to the world you're a killer. Me, yes me. Made Jammin with juice with no knee. On our way to the T.O.P. with our cities on our back like we gon' see. Hey, hey, like it's cheap on cheap. Boy, sticking my jack, boy, lean on me. Hey, hey, ducking all the C.O.P. with the devil on his side, hoping he O.D. If you want the truth, I got time for it. You know how many folks hit my line for it? You know all the many nights I done cried, but then he done died. I mean, he really gave his life for it, whoa. Knowing that this life isn't fair. I only see the truth when I'm staring in the mirror. They said keep it G, so I'ma keep it player. That's 24/8 if you wanna take me there, boy. Oh, yeah! I was told I was a killer, supposed to be a dope dealer. When it's time to gas up, they fill up. Time to gas up, they fill up. They fill up me with things that we should've seen. Coming things that we should've been. To the girls that's feeling me, to the world you're a killer. Me. Fresh dinner, mom. Yes, it's time to wake up. Yeah, yeah. Early in the morning. Woo! I know somebody yawning. Woo! But it's time to get the money, bro. Woo! You can't act funny about that money, yo. Yeah, early in the morning. Woo! Can I hit it in the morning? Woo! But then you gotta feed them kids. Jim with juice, y'all know what the business is. What? I said what? I said what? I said what? It's Jim with juice, y'all know what the business is. Call in, text in. Okay. 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 Is that right?
Okay. Okay. What?
What's
up? Juice Nation. And to all of the juicy jammers out there, good morning, Milwaukee. You are now tapped into sipping on and waking up to Jammin with Juice, the morning stream. Okay, I'm your girl Noni Juice, always keeping it juicy. And of course, you know I got my boy Ben Jammin with me.
It's amazing.
Yes, and we are live from the Jammin with You studios at the Milky Way Tech Hub building and sponsored by Cindy Johnson, Allstate Insurance Agency in Milwaukee. Well, good morning, y'all. Good morning, everybody. Listen, we see y'all in the chat. We got some juicy jammers in the chat this morning who are ready to get it cracking, ready to get this day started on this lovely hump day. It is Wednesday, you guys. So you know we got to do our morning roll call. If y'all are coming in, put yourselves in the chat because we are about to do our morning roll call. But Benjamin, I think I need you to please give me my theme music. There we go. What's up, SE? We got SE
in the building. Good morning.
This morning.
Good morning, SE.
We got Kawanda in the building this morning.
Grand Rising Queen, all the way down to Florida. McNutt got a big butt.
You know McNutt is a man.
Really? He got a big butt then. McNutt got a big butt.
Then. We got Aunt GA who says, yo. We got KW. We got
KW. Good
we got Sincere. We got Jeff. I see Lady
Good
B,
morning.
Willie Grace, Curly Q.
Willie Grace, good morning. Curly Q, good morning. Trey Tay, my boy.
CE up in
CE,
there.
call him my Gemini brethren.
We got Daddy Angry.
Daddy Angry.
Venus Jones.
Venus to Uranus, good morning.
This is so good. So good. So good. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Top of the morning. Top of the morning. Top of the morning. Top of the morning to you.
Yes. Appreciate y'all. Thanks for the hair compliment. Who gave me that hair compliment? McNutt did. Definitely did. But McNutt gonna fight you one day, Ben.
Why, bro? McNutt, look, you just need to send her the
bro,
image.
you can't be telling another man that he got a big butt, bro, unless you into that. Now, if you into that, look, I know you haven't come out of nothing yet, but I'm just saying.
Why come out of nothing yet?
Suspicious.
No,
doesn't it seem suspicious?
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Look, it's okay to compliment. It's okay to compliment another man.
Their butt.
Look, if you got that, you got that, man. It's okay.
Their
man.
butt.
Some dudes do got big butts though.
Like, and you want to call it out?
I'm just saying he maybe, have his mother's features. You know what I'm saying? Some dudes, like, they're dudes, but they're built like their mom.
Like they got wide hips.
Yeah, they got some wide hips. You know what I'm saying? Some people do. I remember when I was
know some people with some wide hips, man.
Yeah, they got some wide hips,
like,
man.
woo!
Like they're pretty good at
you thick.
They can hold a baby on a hip.
Would you like to be called thick, man?
Don't ever call me thick.
But you can compliment another man's butt, but I can't call you thick.
Look, hey, I'm just saying, man.
Doesn't that seem suspicious? But what's up, y'all? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh my goodness. Yes, please. Thank you, Curly Q. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Curly Q been in the chat ever since Monday, literally having our back, telling everybody to make sure they like, share, subscribe. Like, love. My goodness. Thank you so much. Please, y'all, like it, share it, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your baby daddy, baby mama, your co-workers, tell everybody that we are here for this morning stream every single morning, 7 to 9. Appreciate y'all. Yes. So like, share, comment, subscribe, all of the things, Juicy Jammers. But you know what's so crazy? Good morning, Sir Chons. You know what's so crazy though, Ben?
Talk to me.
I have a couple things that I want to talk about today. I thought about going on this rant. I'm not going to go on a rant, but one thing, I'm good for a good rant.
Ben is husky.
Definitely something.
I'll take that husky.
Duffy.
I'm Duffy.
Yeah, you Duffy.
I'm Duffy.
But anyway, I am insane. You want to know why I'm insane?
Okay, I got many reasons for why you're insane.
What is that supposed to mean?
Because, bro, we've been doing a show together for a long time now.
That's supposed to mean?
And honestly, bro, you have changed my perspective on just people in the world. Like, you might be one of the strangest individuals I ever met in my life.
I'm strange?
You are strange. Yeah, you're strange,
You're
bro.
an odd individual. How about that? If I'm strange, you're an odd individual.
Bro, you told me before you didn't know how to run. And, it made me think to myself. I run
a little awkward. It's fine. Like, what's wrong with running a little awkward?
But I thought running was innate to human beings. Like, I thought that was just something we can do. I thought everybody knew how to run.
No, we can run, but, like, your form is what is, like, can be a little weird, a little off.
And that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm
How
talking
do
about.
you run?
Bro.
I haven't seen you run outside of this break screen that we have here.
Oh, chill
I
out,
have
chill
never
out,
seen
chill
you
out.
run before ever.
Because this break screen not even me. All right,
It is you.
That's not me, bro.
Whatever.
That break screen ain't me, man. It is what it is.
I'm just saying. Anyway,
Go ahead.
the reason why I feel like I'm insane, y'all, is because I have been walking around with one earring in my ear
Weird.
for the past few days now. And every single time I think about it, I forget to go find where my other earring is. But like y'all can't see because my hair is usually covering it.
Okay.
But this ear has an earring and this ear definitely does not.
Okay.
And I one day was like, I was taking off like a hoodie or something and it got caught on my earring and my earring like flew across the room. It just flew across the room. I said, and then I was like, dang, where'd it go? I saw something shiny in my peripheral and it just went flying across the room and I hadn't found it and I really didn't look that well. But ever since then, I just done forgot that I don't have an earring in. So I've been doing everything. I've been doing these shows. I've been recording different videos for my YouTube and I've been rocking just one earring. And in my head, I'm like, man, are people noticing that I just got one earring in my ear? That's crazy. But yeah, I've had one earring in for a very long time now.
It could be, you know,
I feel insane.
Well, it could be one of those things that are signaling to other people what you're into. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going down
like
that
what?
road. I'm just saying because, you know, if a guy wears a certain amount of earrings or whatever, they may consider him to be a homosexual. I think he may float that way. So
that's true.
With you in this 2025 era that we're in, this gender fluid society, you may be signaling to some people out there.
I could be.
Yeah, you really could be doing that. You know?
But you be wearing the dangly earring. And you know what they say about the dudes with the dangly earring?
What it say? We cool?
No,
cool
they be
AF?
saying that y'all real hotep.
Hotel? Oh,
yeah.
What you mean? Like we the
like y'all the woke generate, like y'all the
Dr. Umar.
Yeah, like the you know, like y'all the real like.
Yeah,
listen
brother.
Here, brother. What I'm trying to tell you is you can't be over there with them snow bunnies.
Black queens forever. Snow bunnies never.
That's what they say about the dangling earring, especially dangling earring with like the cross on it and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the one you have.
Well, mine isn't a cross. It's actually an ankh. Okay.
One of the two, whatever.
If you really want to know, I'm tapped into my roots, man. I know I'm a black man. I know where we come from. You know, we were once pharaohs and kings over there in Egypt. So yeah, from time to time, I throw on my ankh necklace. I mean, not my necklace, my earring.
That make you look like an unk. How about that?
And see, you think I'm saying unk, but it's not an unk. It's
I know. I'm saying it makes you look like an unk with your unk on. You know what I'm saying?
I'm cool.
But you know yourself. You know yourself.
Yeah.
And so
and
I like that about you, Ben. Like you don't allow for people to make you feel some type of way and put their energy and their stereotypes onto you.
Bro, you know.
You embrace it, actually. Like when I be talking about you with your Mexican J's, bro, like you embrace wearing them Mexican J's.
You know, and honestly, that's the funniest thing I found about our break screen, though, too, Juice. Because, like, okay, y'all tap into, well, I guess you guys are already watching. Let me transition this. So anybody who knows Ben Jammin knows that I have the Mexican J's, quote unquote, right? They're actually the 6 rings. But however, when we did this AI video of us running, they just look like socks. They put no emphasis on these being Jordans whatsoever. They just look like socks.
That's how the shoes did look, though, when you were wearing them.
But honestly, that's just one of them things. Like, you just gotta embrace what you got going on, man.
I guess so.
Like for real. Like, don't let nobody rain on your parade. I remember one time, me and a group of friends of mine, we went out to a steakhouse. It's not necessarily a steakhouse. This is an Italian place out in Racine called Infacino's. We went out there and I ordered this big old steak. However, one of my guys ended up, he worked at another one of the Infacino places in Racine. Mm-hmm. So I'm banging this steak up. This steak good. I got my A1 steak sauce, everything. He was like, Ben, you're really gonna eat that? And I'm like, hell yeah, I'm hungry. What are you talking about? He's like, man, I don't even believe in the meat like that here, man. I'm just, because it was good to me. But for him, it was the last thing in life he would ever want to eat because he knew how it was prepared.
I'm not gonna lie to you. If you at a restaurant or something like that and somebody frequents that place and they tell you ahead of time, like, I probably wouldn't get that, brother, I'm gonna listen because
the key phrase that you said right there is ahead of time. I was already eating. So, hey, look, if whatever's gonna happen to me is gonna happen to me. I'm eating, and I think the thing tastes good. In fact, I went there so many more times after that, about like 10 more times. It's actually one of my favorite places to go to get a nice steak.
I guess so, but yeah, no, that's just something good about you being. You're gonna do whatever it is that you need to do.
Yeah.
The last thing I do want to just bring up for our very first, opening or whatever is I'm so happy when I see a concert that is thriving. Have you even thought about going to the Boy Is Mine tour with Brandy and Monica when it came here? Did you think about going to that, Ben?
I definitely wanted to go to that.
I 100% wanted to go to that as well. Did y'all want to go? I'm put in the chat. Did y'all go to the Brandy and Monica tour when it came here, or did you want to go to the Brandy and Monica tour?
And shout out to Lady B too.
What'd she say?
Hey, she says, I like those earrings Ben wears.
Hey, I mean, that's all I'm saying is, there's some people out there that's gonna rock with the stuff
Black
that you got
queens
going
forever,
on.
snow bunnies never. All right.
Yes, okay, for sure. But anyway, a tour is gonna be really good, or that it is really good when all the stars pop out. That's something all of the stars have been popping out at the Brandy and Monica tour at different tour stops, and I haven't really seen this level of stars coming out and celebrities coming out to a concert outside of like Beyonce shows. Like a Beyonce concert is one of them concerts where all the celebs are like, "Oh, I have to go." It's going to be like an entire family reunion. We're going to gather. We are going to be in community together and watch this woman who we have grown to know and see and appreciate and admire, talking about Beyonce. But since Beyonce's concert, the next one that I have seen like that was Usher. Because Usher is definitely Beyonce's peer. So everybody popped out for the Usher concert.
I don't think Usher's her peer.
A little, I don't know, how not?
No, I just wanted to say something.
Okay. Chris Brown, I saw some celebrities, but not like a lot of them. But with this Brandy and Monica tour, they are bringing out everyone. I've seen Tank there, Missy Elliott there. They had Mario come out. Rihanna was just pictured with them. What is that one lady's name? Cool J was there as well. It's like the older lady. What's her name? Something Lewis, right?
Oh, Jennifer Lewis.
Jennifer Lewis,
everybody
guys.
auntie.
Yeah, everybody auntie. Jennifer Lewis was out there. Like, everybody was supporting. Beyonce actually went to go see Brandy and Monica. And, obviously I feel like she went out there because Kelly Rowland was performing with them. And, that's her sister. But I love to see it. And that's how you know that you are like, I want to say like a legend in the game. Like, you truly are great at your craft. You have a beautiful talent, because if all the other celebrities who also put in really hard work to get to where they're at want to go see you, that just means you have built up a really great reputation for yourself. And I love it. I really do regret not going to the concert. But I mean, it's not the end of the world, but they are really killing it. So I just want to say shout out to Brandy, shout out to Monica and Kelly Rowland. I saw Coco Jones had hopped on there for a couple tour stops. I had saw Maya.
Money Long was out there.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay, how do y'all feel about Money Long? Put in the chat. Do y'all really like Money Long like that? Because apparently there were a couple shows that Money Long could not attend during this Brandy and Monica tour, and so the artist Maya, she had to step in place of her. And when I tell you, all the comments was saying that Maya completely killed it at the tour stop, and they wanted her to join the tour, and they said that Maya was a better fit than a Money Long.
Makes sense.
I agree for that era for sure, but Maya, she didn't have a lot of time to rehearse. She said she had to literally just go out there and do a show, and she absolutely stunned everyone to the point where they added her to a couple more tour stops. So I just feel like, man, the talent back in the day, they truly got some of the best training that to be really great performers, not just artists, not just studio artists, but really great performers that I don't think that we necessarily have today. But I don't know. What you think, Ben?
No, I think you're spot on with that, Juice. And I think that's why a lot of the great 90s acts came out to go ahead and support. Because one thing is, we can't forget the cultural phenomenon that was the Black Boy Is Mine. You know what I'm saying?
The song itself. Yeah.
That's a cultural phenomenon. Like when that had dropped way back in the day. And on top of that, everybody knows who Brandy is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and Monica.
Yeah, and Monica for sure. But like for me, Brandy was like America's princess. Like literally and figuratively.
Yeah, that's very true.
Like
the vocal Bible.
The vocal Bible. Like she's one of them people, again, the gentleman who was with Chris Brown, was a writer for Chris Brown, went on to go say that Brandy can really sing. I've heard Brandy sing over many people's records, and she always kills it. So I think that's one of the biggest reasons people came out. But secondly, it's Brandy and Monica. That duo together, it just Hey, it puts butts in seats. And then thirdly, I think people are missing that great talent. And Juice, you sent me something about T-Pain yesterday in regards to how he refutes, the idea that hard work beats talent.
I didn't agree with that at all.
Well, I didn't agree with it either. But at the same time, I agree, but I like I told you, I agree to disagree. Like I think he has some merit to it. But basically, what T-Pain went on to go say is that look, there's a narrative out there saying that hard work beats talent every day, and he's like, you know what? I don't like that idea because you can work hard on a building, you can build that building can get built all the way up, right, brick by brick, all that other good stuff. But at the same time, if I walked into that store, and I saw, if I walked into that store and it looked nice, but you had no product in there, I just walk out the store and go to somebody else who actually had the product inside the store. It was a metaphor for people when you, since we are talking about artists, since we're talking about artists, when you are a music lover or a fan of music and you turn on an artist, you want to be enamored by the talent that spews through what they got going on, especially because of the brand name that they may have, right? Like if you turn on a Brandy, you're expecting that Brandy is going to kill it. But however, if you listen to a brand new artist, this new artist can have 1 million followers on Instagram, 1 million followers on Twitter, a million people watching all of their music. You see the views going up. But as soon as you tap on that music and you're trying to listen to it, you're like, this is trash. Why did I even listen to this in the first place? That's how I feel about some Lil Wayne records sometimes.
Whoa. I feel like we went literally everywhere and all around the world, just to get to there. But I will just say that I agree with what Trey Tay said. Money Long should stick to songwriting. Everyone shouldn't be an artist. And you really have to know yourself. If you are a better songwriter, I think maybe you should stick to songwriting. Or, hey, go use Suno, the AI app, and act like Zania Monet or something like that. But I don't know why sometimes that doesn't translate with some people who are really great songwriters, but then they're not great artists themselves. But to go back to just the overall point, I really don't think that there is artist development anymore. And what Josh Germain said in the chat, he says today's talent is not yesterday's talent. The new artist is why AI is taking over today. And I agree. Like
trash.
I don't think the labels are necessarily prioritizing, that artist development piece where you put them through the media training and you make sure that they're good at performing and, they're not winded and they're not 100% lip syncing the entire time because they've done the work, to figure out how they can be the best at what they do. But yeah, that T-Pain thing about hard work don't beat talent, I don't agree with that at all, because somebody who doesn't have as much talent as you, like you could be extremely gifted in something, but if you don't work hard at it, you're not going to be as far as the person who has just a little bit of talent, but their work ethic is like out of this world. Yeah, you're just not going to beat that. So I get what T-Pain was saying, from his perspective of being in the industry for a very, very long time. And you have to have that talent, but that's not the only thing that's going to get you there, because even if that person is building up brick by brick some store and they only got a couple of products in there, but they're really good at marketing and they are working hard to figure out how to sell that product, how to sell that thing with just the little talent that they have, they'll go way further than somebody who feels like they don't have to work for it just because they're naturally gifted at something. And I 100% agree with that. You know what I'm saying? But
not for real. The phrase shouldn't be hard work always beats talent. It should be, hard work. When hard work meets talent, that's when everything.
Yeah, when it comes together.
Yeah, when it comes together for sure. Real.
But yeah, you guys, we are about to take our juice break real quick, and we are going to get into something juicy. So make sure you guys don't go anywhere. We got more conversations coming up. Make sure you put your comments in the chat and keep it locked, you guys. We got more Jammin' with Juice coming up next. Don't go anywhere, Juicy Jammers. The juiciness continues next, right here on Jammin' with Juice. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm thick-cut bacon sizzling on your stove. And while you were over there smearing your bagel, this little piggy went on a splatter spree. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, you'll be crying wee, wee, wee over this fire in your home. So get Allstate.
That's right, y'all. You gotta get Allstate. So contact Milwaukee Allstate agent Cynthia Johnson today.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
They laughed, they doubted. They said we couldn't do it, but we stayed loaded. Loaded with purpose, loaded with faith. Loaded, living off a dream everyone doubted. It isn't just a clothing line, it's a mindset. Every stitch, every logo, every fit reminds you. You don't need their approval, just your vision. So wear your grind, wear your dream, stay loaded. Living off a dream everyone doubted. It's amazing.
Got a business, event, or brand you want the city to know about? You gotta let them know about it here. Jammin' with Juice is where the people are listening, laughing, and showing love every single morning. Let's put your brand right in the mix. Whether it's an on-air mention, interview, or social media promo, we've got options that make sense for you. So if you're ready to get your message in front of our Juicy Jammers, hit us up at jamminwithjuice@gmail.com and let's work.
What up, Juicy Jammers? It's me, your boy, Ben Jammin, and I think it's time for us to go down the rabbit hole! Now, if you don't know what a rabbit hole is, it is a piece of information you find on the internet or experienced in real life that takes you from one piece of information you find to another, up until your curiosity is satisfied. And that's what I intend to do each and every day you guys watch us live. Spark your curiosity and transform the way you see your world. So tap into Jammin' with Juice each and every day so your rabbit hole can be filled. What up? It's me, Ben Jammin. When I wrote my new song Killer, honestly, I wasn't sure what direction it was going to take. But by the time I finished the chorus, tears started rolling down my face. And I knew this wasn't just a song, it was a story that needed to be told. Growing up, so many of us hear and see messages about who we're supposed to be. Too often, those messages are built on negative stereotypes. We're told we're destined to be gangsters, drug dealers, or killers. And when you hear that long enough, some people start to believe it. They take that path and end up in a place they can't escape, dead or behind bars. Killer tells that story, but it also delivers the lesson that you don't have to be what the world tells you to be. You can be a doctor or a lawyer, a radio host, a game designer, a farmer, whoever you choose to be. It's your life. If this story resonates with you, go listen to my new record, Killer, now streaming on Spotify and Apple Music. It's amazing. Yes, me. Make Jammin' with Juice with no need. On our way to the T.O.P. with our cities on our back like we gon' see. You already know what it is. This is Jammin' with Juice. And make sure you go like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and go to jamminwithjuice.com to become a certified Juicy Jammer. Remember, from here on out, you're amazing.
It's Noni Juice. You know we keeping it juicy. Spilling truth with a smile so sweet. Talking all the buzz from the blogs and the tweets. From the headline to the hometown streets. She bring the flavor, can't nobody compete. Something juicy with Noni Juicy. Talk of the town, yeah, she got the news. Keeping it fun, keeping it true. It's something juicy, keeping it juicy too.
Welcome back. You are tapped into Jammin' with Juice, and like you heard the theme song say, y'all, it is time for something juicy. And one of the first things that I want to bring up here is the fact that a very popular show is getting a sequel, and I'm very excited about this sequel because I used to watch this show growing up all the time, and I am talking about A Different World. A Different World sequel series is going to be returning to Netflix, and they are taking us back to Hillman College with the iconic series A Different World, and it has been greenlit officially after months of development. So it is set at the same beloved fictional HBCU, and it introduces Deborah Wayne as the daughter of Dwayne Wayne and Whitley Gilbert. And as Deborah begins her freshman year, she must balance the weight of her parents' legacy with carving her own path. Now, Debbie Allen is going to return as the director and the producer. And Felicia Pride is going to lead the series as writer, executive producer, and showrunner. But it does still remain unclear which other OGs from the original series will make an appearance. Now, there is a fresh new cast filled with some newcomers and some people who have already been like on Broadway and things like that. But one person who I specifically want to mention is Tashina Arnold's daughter, Elijah Kai. I think that's how you pronounce her name. Yeah. But I'm really happy for her personally, just because I've been seeing her grow on social media, and I've been seeing her on the red carpets out there with her mom, Tashina Arnold, and she has such a personality, you guys, that is very infectious, I would say, and you're just 100% attracted to her when you hear her speak. She kind of reminds you of her mom. Like, she's very loud, she's very funny and comical, but it's almost like she does it in her own way, so to speak, you know? So the cast is going to be really good, I'm hoping for, and I think it's a really great idea. I don't know about y'all. Do y'all think that it's a good idea to have a sequel to A Different World? I mean, personally, when I used to watch A Different World, I want to say I got hooked on it when I was already like in college, but it used to come on TV One all the time, and I would just watch the reruns all the time, and I'm like, man, it made me want to go to an HBCU, almost so much that I almost transferred to one, you know, when I was in the middle of being in college. I think I was looking at like Clark Atlanta or something like that. I don't know, but it was just a necessary piece of work. And even when it aired back then, I believe it was like, was it 90s when that show first aired? 80s, 90s?
Yeah, I believe it was like late 80s, early 90s though, for sure.
Yes, late, early, or yeah, what you said. And they said that they didn't know and they didn't realize at the time that they were about to usher in an entirely new generation of people who wanted to get a college education, who wanted to specifically go to a HBCU just so they could get those experiences that, you know, were told on the storylines. And it was just such a positive way of connecting the Cosby Show and transitioning it over to, you know, Denise going to college. I know she didn't stay on the show, but just in general, it was a positive show for the younger generation to know, like, hey, you should want to go to college. These are the experiences you're going to have. And it's nothing like going to a HBCU. So this next generation, now that is going to be coming out, I believe they said it's planned for like 2026 on Netflix. Okay. But I'm hoping that it encourages the younger generation. And what is that? Gen Z.
Gen Z, but Generation Alpha's coming up next.
Them too. Yes. All of them. I'm hoping that it encourages them to want to go to college, because I think right now, with the times that we are in, and there's a lot of just negativity around college and, oh, it's not worth it because AI is going to be taking all of your jobs and all of that. While a lot of that is true, I still think it's necessary to get a college degree, you know, if that's for you. And so maybe this show will encourage them to want to get a degree and to have those experiences and just, you know, be a better version of themselves as they get older. So what do you think?
Not true, Juice. And even if they don't go ahead and get a degree and that's not the influence that this show gives them, I hope that at the end of the day, this show tackles real life situations. I've said time and time again that a lot of the programming of the TV shows or the shows that we watch on Netflix, or may it be Zeus television, whatever it may be, isn't the good programming that we actually need. We don't need to see those types of shows. A lot of it is truly trash TV. But, you know, back in the day, Different World and a lot of different other sitcom shows actually tackled things that we faced in real life situations, like whether it was racism or colorism, or, you know, when it was AIDS awareness then, will they tackle the fentanyl crisis now, you know, domestic violence that's always rampant. You know, I would like for them to tackle things like that, or even the war. You know, I would like them to talk about, you know, what's happening over there in Gaza. I want them to, you know, inform the people, but through a black lens. You know, a lot of times we never even get a chance to do those types of things. So the fact that Netflix is, you know, gun-ho and set to take up a TV show such as A Different World, that comes with a lot of controversy, if you will, because that comes off of the brainchild of Bill Cosby. So I wonder how they go about tackling all of those problems, because I need to see that again. You know, I miss a good moral, the moral to the story.
Yeah.
You know, that was
when they put the sentimental music on behind it,
You know what I'm saying? Like, I miss those types of
You
things.
got the
like,
characters feeling disappointed in themselves when they, do something wrong.
The school bully that came in, but really the school bully only bully people because he getting beat up at home.
Or he's poor.
Or he's super poor.
Going through trash cans, getting food, and then you find him and he's like, man.
Like, I gotta eat canned beans for dinner. This all me and my dad got, man.
Right.
Like,
I'm projecting onto you.
Money. Yeah, like, and I really want them to tackle those things because as we are talking about a different world, another show that is, sentimental to the Black community that is actually pretty damn good. And actually, I'll probably watch one of the best seasons during my time off. Is The Proud Family.
Bro, Proud Family was really good.
Oh my God.
I like that they brought it back,
refurbished, brand new
generation too.
And it feels good. It feels good. I'm willing to say it's even more Black than what the original one was back in 2002, 2003. Like, this is on the type of stuff where I'm talking about again. You're coming home feeling fulfilled. Like, dang, I never thought about life like that. So I hope A Different World has producers and writers who is thinking in that realm.
Yeah.
Because again, we need that positive representation. We need that positive representation. We don't need to think that we all just gonna grow up and the next generation finna grow up to be a whole bunch of YBs and YNs. You know what I'm saying? Like, that to me isn't cool. It doesn't move the needle for me. I need them to see that they can be good at math. I need them to see that they can be doctors. I need to see, the dark-skinned girl who doesn't feel right, you know what I'm saying, in a predominantly white society, or even around light-skinned girls, she may feel some type of way, or vice versa, however it may be, but I need to see those perspectives. I need to see those perspectives so we can grow as a United States of America, if you will, grow as a people, because it's definitely needed.
Like, have a message, have a message that people can, a drop of juice, so to speak, that people can walk away, like you said, feeling good, feeling inspired, or even just thinking in a different way, and to spark different conversations, whether that be within your family, within your friendships, relationships, etc., etc. The Proud Family is a good one, but I will say A Different World, I remember I was watching like a documentary on them, and they said that they got a lot of backlash and with some of those episodes where they were speaking about the times and politics and things that were just going on racially, to the point where the network, I forgot what network they were on at the time, but they fought to have a lot of those episodes even aired, because they knew it was going to create so much controversy, but they fought for it to the end. And that type of stuff is important. So yes, the Proud Family does a really good job of that as well. It's just tackling real issues that we need to have more conversations about. And honestly, I know this is getting a little long, but like having those conversations with your family, like not just you as a kid watching it by yourself, but we need to get the families back together talking about these types of things and having those connections with one another, so we are informing the youth of what is going on, because we're giving them the tools. We have to give them the tools to rule the world in a sense. You know what I'm saying? They're the future. They have to go out. Yeah, like you said, go out there and succeed.
Yeah, so you ain't lied, Juice. You ain't lied at all, man. Again, I feel like over the past 10, 15 years, I'm speaking to our community strictly. I think that we have been targeted, racially profiled, and programmed to, not love ourselves anymore. We've been seeing for the past 10, 15 years of baddies. Baddies New York, baddies South, baddies this, baddies that. And it's all problematic for the continuation of our race, so to speak. I've seen so many different young girls watch these shows and think that's how they're supposed to go and act. But then I've also seen a young girl turn on A Different World, because A Different World was just on Netflix. Well, it's still on Netflix, I believe, and you can go watch all the old episodes. And I remember this same young girl looking and being like, wow, so enamored by I forget the light skin Whitley. So enamored by Whitley. Whatever. But she was so enamored by her intelligence and just how she actually portrayed herself. It was almost as if she never even seen anybody like that before. So that's how important representation is. Like a young black girl, a young black boy will look at this type of programming and be like, man, I can't be that person. I can't be smart like Dwayne and still be cool, because we need that, man.
I'm not gonna lie to you though. I agree with Josh. It is very hard to create a sequel that hits the same. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna say they got a lot of pressure on them, especially to get the youth interested and to want to even watch the show. But you know, I think it can be done. You know, depending on what goes on. But that,
and then the moments that used to be on them types of TV shows, whether it was Martin or A Different World, where like you know, a popular artist that we all love will pop in just on that one special episode. I miss those little moments. You know, they pop in and the whole crowd be like, ooh.
We don't got celebs like that though, but maybe potentially. But
NBA YoungBoy come in and slap one of the women.
See, no, moving on. He always take it left, bro. Moving on, you guys. So, Wendy's. I know we just talked about McDonald's yesterday, but now I want to talk about Wendy's today because apparently Wendy's is to close nearly 30 stores after closing 240 last year, you guys. They are about to make some really big changes. And during a call with investors on last Friday, the interim CEO, Ken Cook, announced that the fast food chain will shut down around 300 U.S. locations in the fourth quarter. So by 2026, you guys, which is kind of crazy. So they can boost profits and strengthen its remaining stores. He said, quote, "When we look at the system today, we have some restaurants that do not elevate the brand and are a drag from a franchise financial performance perspective. And the goal is to address and fix those restaurants. Now, some of the stores will get upgrades or new ownership while others will close entirely. And the move follows 240 closures last year." Cook did note that while the $5 and $8 meal deals have helped bring some customers back, Wendy's plans to shift its marketing to focus more on value and fresh ingredients, which I thought they were already trying to do with their like hamburgers. I thought their hamburger meat was supposed to be like fresh, never frozen, or I don't remember which chain that was. What chain is that? Burger King?
Nah, you're right. No, it was Wendy's.
Yeah, so I'm just like, okay, you want to, you know, target more fresh and whatever ingredients, but just like we were saying yesterday with the Pinky Cole and maybe like a slutty vegan, I am personally tired of the same fast food chains that we have, from the McDonald's to the Wendy's to the Burger King
to the Pizza Huts.
Yeah, like I want to see some fresh food chains coming up from whatever times we are in right now. And so with healthy options, like there should not be a reason why it's 2025 and I can't go at like 2 a.m. to a drive-through and get like a nice salad or something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like an actual healthy one. Like I just don't, I don't get that. Like times have changed, and with some of these restaurants, y'all gonna have to upgrade your menus to what the people and the consumers actually want to eat. If you see that more people are going either like vegan or they're going more health conscious, you can't just stick to, I know it's cheaper, you know, to do it, but you can't just stick to what y'all usually have. That's not cool. That's not cool.
Unless it's part of an agenda to kill you even sooner. Don't you find that suspicious? You think all that meat that Wendy's is giving you is real meat? You think it's 100% beef when it's really not? They got 3D printed plastic beef for you to eat each and every day. Don't you find that suspicious?
Whoa, you going in on it. I will say...
I was going to...
what?
Well, what did Carly Q say? Oh, Carly Q said, get rid of them Frosty upgrades. Nobody asked for that.
Okay, you taking it too far, Curly. I'm not going to lie. You taking it a little bit too far because the Frosties hit. I understand they're unhealthy.
That ain't no real ice cream.
I understand they're unhealthy. So I'm listen, I know that. But at the same time, it's like a little sweet treat. I'm saying the other menu items, you know, you want to just have options. Just give me some options. But the Frosties have to say, I'm sorry, that's their staple. That's like the one thing that they're known for is their Frosties. If they were to get rid of their Frosties, that's like McDonald's getting rid of their McFlurry. Like, you just don't do that.
Look, the McFlurry don't even hit no more, all right? Because that used to be my okay, it used to be my doo-doo. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to love those. But they're not that good. They're not that good, and they really hurt your stomach. I've actually come to realize that, you know, the ice creams from Dairy Queen and the McDonald's mess me up, man. So I don't even like them anymore. But I will say, you know, maybe if not, you know, a slutty vegan grows a franchise, one place right here in Milwaukee I would love to see have its own, like, vegan franchise. I know what you're going to say. Is Twisted Plants. All right, I go to Twisted Plants, and actually I want to say, because when I first started going there and they like had first opened up or whatever, they were much more expensive. They're not as expensive anymore. I think it's pretty affordable now for you to go in there and at least grab a sandwich and then get a water, go on about your day. But you should have some kind of plants into your have some plants inside of your life instead of some fake ground up beef.
I will agree with Anita Nicole. She said then it won't be fast, unfortunately, you know, and that is the trade-off. Do you want healthy food that might take like 10, 15 minutes more?
See, but that's the thing.
Or do you just want to really just get it and go?
See, and that's the thing, man. I truly am one of them people. I can wait a solid 10, 15 minutes if you can cook that food. Like, that's why I love going to like a good Jamaican restaurant. There's one called Island Jam in Racine. Oh my God, they got some of the best jerk chicken, some of the best rice and beans and cabbage. You can call and tell them, hey, I'm finna place an order, but they really won't cook your food until you get there. Okay, you be like, hey, my name is Benjamin. I ain't gonna do the Jamaican accent anyway. Just know that I think if it takes a little bit longer to cook, I'm fine with that. I really don't want fast food like that is up in 2 minutes and I'm supposed to eat it. Because it can't be that good for me. All of the grease or chemicals that come in that. Like, I remember at one point in time when Chick-fil-A, before it became a franchise, because Racine was one of the very first places that had a Chick-fil-A there, the chicken tasted much better, much more pure. But nowadays, I eat that stuff, man, and I could just look at the meat and I could tell, like, bro, this is like glued together.
Did you know Chick-fil-A is set to test chicken and waffle sandwiches in San Antonio and Baltimore? I feel like they're losing the plot. Yeah. I feel like they're not sticking to the plan. But I don't know. Go ahead. Do what you got to do.
Well, that's what happens when the original owner, who was the father of all his kids that actually took it over, the original owner who has the vision or whatever, after he passes away and gives it to his kids never do as good of a
just
job.
Like Apple. I feel like Apple has not been the same ever since the owner. Yeah, he died.
Well, no, that's true. Because the vision's not the same.
Yeah.
You know? And I mean, ultimately, I know other companies are just like that who, you know, some people's parents like owned big, large media companies and were very successful. And then they had kids and their kids didn't become as successful whatsoever.
Right. Last thing that I will bring up for some juicy, and I'll make this one really quick, but I do just want to bring it up because this has been a story that's been going on for a very long time, has been in the news. But allegedly, Wendy Williams does not have, speaking of Wendy's, Wendy Williams does not have frontotemporal dementia.
What?
Apparently, a new test cleared her after 3 years under the guardianship. So this is according to TMZ, that a top neurologist confirmed this, that she does not have frontotemporal dementia, the condition that kept her under a strict guardianship for more than 3 years. So the sources told TMZ that Wendy recently took a series of neurological tests in New York City, and the results were clear that she does not have dementia. Her legal team got the results late last month and is now preparing to take some action. Okay, now the reason why this is a big deal is because this news goes against what her guardian once claimed when they said she tested positive for the illness. Experts told TMZ that frontotemporal dementia never gets better, yet Wendy has continued to improve, showing strength and recovery since getting sober 3 years ago. So her lawyers do plan to file legal documents within the next 2 weeks, asking the court to end this guardianship. So if so, listen, the attorney is ready to demand a jury trial to free Wendy out of that guardianship. And that just makes me so happy, you guys. It does. I know people have their thoughts and opinions on Wendy Williams. Even Wendy herself kind of has said that she felt like a lot of this is happening to her as karma for the things that she has said and how messy she has been on her show. But she's still a legend in the game, okay? Especially when it comes to radio, when it comes to like just TV shows and talk shows. And I think people have to learn to forgive. I know that's crazy, but in a situation
who
like
has to
that,
do the forgiving, no Juice? Is it her or is the people who did this to her?
I think she already kind of has
forgiven herself.
She needs to. If she hasn't, I think she could be working on it.
What is she forgiving herself for?
Because she kind of has messed people's lives up by, you know, being messy on the show and telling people's business, and when they didn't want their business to be out there. And I understand that was her job to kind of do the gossip and all of that stuff. But I just feel like there's a level that she took it where she probably is feeling like, okay, I didn't have to do all of that. All of that made her a legend in the game. But, you know, I don't know, just forgive her, because when you get older in your life, you kind of start reflecting a little bit, I would assume. And you kind of come to the conclusion like, man, was it worth it for me to go in like that? But I don't know. She's still a legend in my eyes.
I mean, no, Wendy Williams definitely a legend.
I don't wish her like bad on her
I don't
because
wish
that
ill will
guardianship
on
stuff is
nobody.
weird. Even how Britney Spears turned out, just weird.
That's what I was going to say though. Who should she be forgiving? You know what I'm saying? Should she forgive herself or the people who did this to her? Who put her in conservatorship? Okay, because when people do that, it's basically you're a prisoner to the next person. It's almost as if if Juice did conservatorship over me, I couldn't leave this room unless she allowed me to. She could make me look any type of way inside of the media. Just because she has full ownership rights of me. So at the end of the day, when this happened to Wendy Williams, personally, me, I found it very suspicious.
Here you go.
Okay, I really did. Given the fact that she is a media mogul, knowing a lot of things, especially that transpired over the past 5 years, from the Bill Cosby idea to P. Diddy, her having a lot of stuff on him, and just knowing
they always
a lot
had
of the,
awkward interactions.
very
since,
much so. Very much so. So, and then, talking about Beyonce, all these people, she knew a lot of things that were happening in the inside. So it made me feel like somebody may be trying to shut her up and silence her. Kanye West told us they do these types of things when you get that high up. You just mentioned Britney Spears. She may have been the first one that I knew of out of our quote-unquote timeline, our lifetime, that I saw be at the highest of the highs and then end up at the lows of the lows. Like one moment she's talking about toxic, 2 weeks later you see her head you see her on magazines with her head shaved. You're like, damn, what happened to Britney Spears? You know what I'm saying? So just know that when people try to take advantage of you, especially when you're a high public figure, they will try to take some kind of ownership over you and then run your name through the mud, and the media's gonna do their job. And now, because everybody feels like they're a part of media, because they do social media, they got a voice too. So they'll go ahead and strip your fame even a little bit more, strip your name a little bit more. But shout out to Wendy Williams, man. Keep on fighting a good fight and try to remain free from anybody who's trying to, own you. You own you. And I just think it's crazy that legally people can do these types of things.
100% agree with that. But that was something juicy. You guys with your girl Noni Juice. All right, now when we come back from our 3-minute juice break, we are going to get into the conversation about community leaders, people who are leading our communities. Is that something that people even still want today? Because we talk a lot like, where are the leaders at? Where are the community leaders? Is it something that we necessarily want? Because one leader from Milwaukee was just sentenced to 16 years in prison for child sexual assault.
Yikes.
And it's got some people doubting in the idea of community leaders in general. So we're going to get into that and, the nitty gritty of the story when we come back. So make sure you guys don't go anywhere. More Jammin' with Juice is coming up. Stay locked in. We'll be right back on Jammin' with Juice. But in the meantime, hit us in the chat and join the conversation. We'll take a look on the other side. If you want to stay in the know, you gotta sip on something juicy, where me, your girl Noni Juice, spills the juice on recent headlines you might have missed. From local Milwaukee stories to trending topics and breaking news, you gotta know what's going on. So I'm gonna keep you updated. So don't miss Something Juicy every single weekday in the 7 o'clock hour, exclusively right here on Jammin' with Juice. Keep it juicy, y'all. Jammin' with Juice is officially back, you guys. And you know what? I am so excited to be back with my co-star. Okay, we got Benjamin in the building. Benjamin, how you feeling?
Amazing. No, seriously, Juicy Jammers, it is so great to be back over this airwaves, connected with you all over again. Thank you guys again just for holding it down with us, man, for so long. All the DMs, all the messages, all the likes, the comments.
Y'all definitely were doing your big one, reaching out to us and just keeping the show alive. You know what I'm saying? So now that we are officially back, make sure you tell everybody that you know.
Tell your mama.
Okay, that Jammin' with Juice is back to give you that daily
Tell
drop of
daddy.
juice every single morning, okay? If you gotta go to the gas station, if you at the mall, whoever you run into,
Tell
just
your
let them
local
know,
drug dealer.
all right, that they gotta tap into Jammin' with Juice. Ben, you are so crazy.
Okay, let's do it again.
Do it again? No,
Yeah.
let's see how it sounded first.
I don't think that sounded good.
I thought it was beautiful.
I thought the direction was there.
Do it.
Let's just do it one more time.
Do what?
Do it again.
Okay, what's
Tell the people. They listening right now. Tell the people. Tell the people what you need to tell them, what we need to tell them. Look, Juicy Jammers, from the bottom of Benjamin heart, I really appreciate you guys. When somebody, gets let go from their job.
We ain't doing that.
No?
We ain't talking about that.
Okay, we ain't doing all that. Just thank you, Juicy Jammers, man. Seriously, I found out throughout this time period, okay, I don't want to be that deep. I know how to enunciate.
I'm not about to keep playing with you. Cut this up and call it a day.
Whatever, bro. Y'all really want this show?
Bro, this is a 30-second. We back. Tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your sister, tell your brother, tell your auntie, tell your baby daddy.
We back, but we ain't never left, okay? We ain't never left, all right? We just got a new platform, and it's our own platform.
Facts. But yeah, y'all was holding it down. We appreciate it so much. And we are just glad to be able to be back in community with all of you and to, entertain y'all. Because this about to get even crazier. We on our own, Ben. We independent.
INDEPENDENT. Do you know what that means?
All right, Juicy Jammers, we're back from our juice break. We appreciate y'all for still kicking it with us. Now, let's get right back into the conversation on Jammin' with Juice. This song do not require all of that.
What? I can't live, bro.
I guess that fits. Hey. Welcome back, everybody. You are tapped into Jammin' with Juice, and good morning, Milwaukee. Yes. All right, we just did something juicy, but right now I want to get into a story that is currently circulating here locally in Milwaukee, actually. Let me pull it up really quick, but it is about a man by the name of Corey Kirkwood. Have y'all heard of Corey Kirkwood? He was I guess I should say, a known advocate, community leader in the community, but just recently, as of yesterday, he was sentenced to 16 years in prison, plus an additional 14 years of extended supervision following his conviction on child sexual assault, soliciting, and trafficking of a child charges. Now, we have a story that we want you guys to take a look at. Now, this was from 9 months ago of why, he was actually being put in jail. So let's take a look.
At 9, a Milwaukee activist who might best be known for his involvement with flag burning, a protest outside the GOP debate in 2015, is now getting unwanted attention again, this time much more serious.
He's been charged with sexually assaulting and trafficking a child. Fox 6's Ashley Sears in the newsroom with the allegations against him, Ash.
Yeah, Ben, Corey Kirkwood first made headlines a decade ago after he admitted to stepping on a burning American flag. In the years that followed, he became an activist speaking out against violence. Tonight, he's in the Milwaukee County Jail accused of sexual violence against a 15-year-old girl.
I'm not running from no one. I didn't do nothing wrong.
A Milwaukee man who's used to unwanted attention is back in the spotlight a decade later.
But I didn't never put nothing on fire down at the convention last night. Hey, y'all see that, right?
In 2015, Corey Kirkwood first spoke with Fox 6 after a flag-burning protest at the GOP debate. Now Monday, he faces serious charges for a different situation. The 39-year-old Milwaukee man is accused of luring a 15-year-old girl to his home at Palmer and Chambers in October. A criminal complaint explains another teen asked the girl to join her at Kirkwood's home to smoke, but the situation quickly turned scary. Prosecutors say Kirkwood strapped the girl to a bed and forced her into sex, filming it. The victim told police he used that video to traffic her and sell her online.
I think when people have influence, they can sometimes use that influence in negative ways.
Carmen Petrie is the president and CEO of the Sojourner Family Peace Center and works with trafficking survivors.
There are people who look for kids who are vulnerable in that way, and they pull them in.
She says no community is immune and abusers prey on the vulnerable.
Once kids find themselves there, it is very hard to find a doorway out.
A man investigators say was playing with fire might now be burned. Kirkwood faces decades in prison if convicted. He's being held on a $100,000.
All right. And as we know now, he actually has been officially sentenced to 16 years in prison for that. But honestly, y'all, the conversation isn't necessarily just about Corey Kirkwood himself. It's more so just about the idea of community leaders in general. Like, in the time that I keep saying in the times that we're in right now, just because we are definitely in some times, you know what I mean? But it's like when you have a community leader, you have like an advocate, or you have somebody who you are looking up to, who you feel like can, you know, champion you. We're looking for people who can help champion us and to make us feel like, okay, things are possible. I can lean on you for help and all of that good stuff. And you probably still can. But when stories like this come out, my voice is echo. Thanks, y'all. Hold on. Is it still echoing, y'all? But I'm gonna keep going. When you have stories like this that come out, it kind of does make you doubt the idea of, you know, it has of leaders. Thank you, of leaders. And so we want to just open up the lines when we come back from our juice break of what do you guys think? Like, do you think that it is, I don't want to say still necessary to have community leaders, but what type of leadership are we looking for right now? You know, like what type of leadership do we feel like we can go out there and trust? Because even when it's not just the leaders of the community, it could be like pastors. It could be like you mentioned before when we were off air, like the Pope and things like that.
Right.
People who we are trying
It
to
could be an advocate.
Yeah, like people who we are putting our trust in. It seems like they end up sometimes behind the scenes doing some really corrupt things that can make you lose trust in the idea of just leadership overall. So what are we really looking for, especially right now? So make sure you guys give us a phone call, number 414-360-8999. We're going to open up the phone lines in hour 2 of Jammin' with Juice. So make sure you guys keep it locked. We're going to keep this conversation going when we come back. We're going to take a quick juice break, Juicy Jammers. So now is your time to get your cups, get your refills, stand up and stretch your legs out. Use the bathroom. I don't know. Do something. Just don't go too far because we'll be right back with more Jammin' with Juice.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm thick cut bacon sizzling on your stove. And while you were over there smearing your bagel, this little piggy went on a splatter spree. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, you'll be crying wee over this fire in your home. So get Allstate.
That's right, y'all. You gotta get Allstate. So contact Milwaukee Allstate agent Cynthia Johnson today.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
What up? It's me, Ben Jammin. When I wrote my new song, Killer, honestly, I wasn't sure what direction it was going to take. But by the time I finished the chorus, tears started rolling down my face. And I knew this wasn't just a song, it was a story that needed to be told. Growing up, so many of us hear and see messages about who we're supposed to be. Too often, those messages are built on negative stereotypes. We're told we're destined to be gangsters, drug dealers, or killers. And when you hear that long enough, some people start to believe it. They take that path and end up in a place they can't escape, dead or behind bars. Killer tells that story, but it also delivers the lesson that you don't have to be what the world tells you to be. You can be a doctor or a lawyer, a radio host, a game designer, a farmer, whoever you choose to be. It's your life. If this story resonates with you, go listen to my new record, Killer, now streaming on Spotify and Apple Music. It's amazing.
Yes, me. Make Jammin' with Juice with no need. On our way to the T.O.P. with our cities on our back like we gon' see.
Who is Carrie Noni, aka your girl Noni Juice? Well, if you're new here, I'm a Midwest girly born and raised in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and have always had big media dreams. I have my bachelor's in broadcast journalism and a minor in communication. Your girl is certified, okay? And when I'm not on these Jammin' with Juice airwaves, you'll catch me rocking the mic as the in-game host at Brewers or Marquette basketball games, while also building my media empire on my Noni Juice YouTube page and social media. So I invite you to follow the journey and get this daily drop of juice. Got a business, event, or brand you want the city to know about? You gotta let them know about it here. Jammin' with Juice is where the people are listening, laughing, and showing love every single morning. let's put your brand right in the mix. Whether it's an on-air mention, interview, or social media promo, we've got options that make sense for you. So if you're ready to get your message in front of our Juicy Jammers, hit us up at jamminwithjuice@gmail.com and let's work.
All right, Juicy Jammers, we're here, and we ain't going nowhere. So hit the chat and tell us how you really feel. We know you ain't got no filter. You know, this how Drake finna come back out with his next album. Like, I'm somewhere in Wisconsin, you know, thinking about this little dime I used to be with, and Kendrick Lamar may had killed me, but he didn't kill me. Aubrey, I'm Aubrey.
Whatever. I really don't even know who he is. Where Drake at? Anyway, welcome to hour 2 of Jammin' with Juice, you guys. It's the morning stream, okay? The morning stream, the only morning stream that you guys need to be tapped into right now. Thank you so much. I'm your girl, Noni Juice. If you are new here, gotta introduce yourself. I'm Noni Juice, always keeping it juice safe. That has been Jammin'.
It is amazing.
And yes, the phone number for the conversation we're about to have, 414-360-8999. And we are talking about the idea of community leaders and what type of leader do we actually need today? Do y'all still trust community leaders, activists, pastors, all of those type of public figureheads when it comes to leading our communities? The reason why we're even asking that is because just yesterday there was a man who goes by the name of Corey Kirkwood, who was a he was looked at in some people's eyes as a community leader here in Milwaukee. But behind closed doors, he was doing inappropriate things with young girls, you know, and now has been sentenced to that 16 years in prison for those, you know, different charges, child sexual assault charges, soliciting, and traffic charges, right? And it's just like, man, it just seems like the people who are in the front, not all of them, by the way, it's not everyone, but some of the people who are in the front can be the ones behind closed doors
really doing the most,
really messed up. And it does make you feel like, okay, how can I put my trust in this person who's supposed to be helping others when in a sense they are hurting others at the same time? You know, does that make you lose your trust in what these community leaders are supposed to be doing? 414-360-8999. And you actually brought this to my attention, Ben.
Yeah, no, I had to, man. I had to. The city was talking about it. I saw it on MKE Shade Room. And I was like, you know what?
I saw it too. I actually think I did see that.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? This is perfect time to bring this up, you know, especially because, I mean, I don't want to allude to any figure out there like called Santa Claus that, you know, have people jumping on his lap. But, you know, it's guys like this gentleman, Charlie Kirkwood, who, again, we put
Corey Kirkwood.
My bad. I'm thinking about Charlie Kirk.
I'm like, my goodness. Almost made me choke on my
Charlie
water.
Kirkwood. Corey Kirkwood, who we put our trust in, and then at the same time, you know, they're doing mischievous things behind closed doors to the most innocent people in our communities, and that's the children. You know, I would have said allegedly. 9 months ago, I would have said allegedly. Now I can say he did it. Okay, now I can say he did it because the prosecutors already, you know, alleged that he strapped down a young child and basically tried to blackmail them after forcing them to have sexual acts with him. You know, and that to me is a monster in disguise. And even when you look at the video that we had just played, that Fox 6 News had played of this gentleman, he looked like he was trying to be in disguise. All right, dark glasses. He had the black glasses on with the top hat on.
Did he have a fedora on?
Yeah, the man had a fedora on.
You can't trust people with fedoras
you know what I'm saying? And he looked like he out in the 1960s movements. You know what I'm saying? He out there fighting for civil rights in 1964, still in 2025. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you know, it's those type of people that, yeah, sure, on the surface look great, and what they do out here in the community looks good, but as they always say, looks can be deceiving, and that's why we asked before. It's just kind of like, are leaders overrated? Do we put too much trust in leaders, or do we put too much trust in these types of people? Because even when I'm thinking about great movies that we all love, and I mentioned this to you before, Juice, but like Freddy Krueger, all right, Freddy Krueger, when you're thinking about Nightmare on Elm Street, most people thinking about this guy just showing up in your dreams, but literally his origin story, he was somebody who was somewhat of a community leader on Elm Street. People trusted in him. The adults in that community trusted him, and then he misused their trust and abused their trust and ended up killing the kids and doing all those crazy things. And he was so evil that as soon as he had actually died and he decided to come back, he decided to come back in people's dreams. So if you ever spoke of this man's name, he would come in your mind and try to still do what he could do to you in your sleep. So it's just one of them things, man, where, I do believe that we put too much trust in these people, because sometimes we put some kind of superhero cape on them, and that's how we perceive them, when in reality, they're just a human being who is just as flawed as you are, if not more.
And I would say, too, when you look at someone like they are a leader out here, and they have gained your trust, when they do something wrong, you might overlook it just because you have built up so much trust in them, and you might want to protect them. Mm-hmm. Because I think this person in Corey Kirkwood, I think they were saying that he was like some sort of chef as well, or something like that.
He's the type of person that's showing up cooking for you.
Yeah, and he was, people were buying different plates and things for him allegedly, and it's like, okay, I think some people knew what was going on, but they didn't necessarily want to say what was going on. And that's a similar story to the young man who goes by the name of Martell Hare, Haire, Martell Hare, who was on the run for a while. And this story went really big like a couple weeks ago, because he actually ended up killing a 16-year-old young boy, but he was on the run before that. And it's like, people knew where he was, but they didn't necessarily want to snitch on this person just because they're like, nah, I have some trust in them. Like, I know who they are. I want to protect them. I don't want to be looked at as a snitch. I don't want to be looked at like, oh, I'm working for the feds and stuff like that. And I think those types of ideas that we still have in our communities, they got to go. Yeah. They just have to go. Community leader or not, if it's your brother, if it's your cousin, if it's just somebody that you know and they are out here doing wrong and they are out here harming other people and you know that they are, I don't know how you can continue to
live with yourself,
support that person, because now you got situations where it gets expanded and now they out here on the run for one situation and they end up getting caught up in another one that could have been prevented, and he killed that young man, Marcus Champion. So I don't know. I just don't appreciate it and I don't like it. But I think when we put the veil on, it's like, man, I don't like it. I just don't like it.
No, I feel you, Juice, because as Joshua Mann does say in regards to the question that we have posed, like, do we need community leaders? Do we put too much trust inside of community leaders? He goes on to say, look, community leaders are needed. We just need leaders who live by what they say. Let's be real. Some of these leaders are low-key narcissists. They just love the attention that they get from the work that they do. Look, everybody can't be a Tory, though.
That's very true.
Everybody can't be a Liz Brown out there doing what they're supposed to do and living by those types of things. But there are people out there who will see that people will put that trust and faith in them and then abuse it. And it's even much more worse when you know that this person is an abuser, you know their past, and you enable it. There was the gentleman you had just mentioned, right? He's been out here kicking it with a few of top tier Milwaukee artists. And the Milwaukee artists ain't said a damn thing. All right, I ain't gonna put them on blast because I'm gonna talk to them eventually. All right, but at the end of the day, it's one of them things where it's just like, no, we gotta move with better integrity. Okay, if I know that this person is a Chester the molester, Okay, I'm not finna vibe with them.
Chester the molester.
I'm not finna vibe with them whatsoever. If I know that's what they do, I can't support them in what they do whatsoever.
Community leader or not,
community leader or not, I'm not sending you a birthday card. I'm not shouting you out on the book.
I'm not buying I'm not buying your plates for sure.
I'm not buying your plates, no nothing. You get no support from me, especially if I'm so called to be a man. Because whatever happened to that? There used to be men out here who, as soon as they heard that this man was a sexual abuser, somebody who assaulted women, that this man was a disgrace. You want to talk about a peon? This man gets slapped. All right,
get handled.
You get handled real quick because you can't be treating women and children any type of way. You just can't. You're supposed to be a man. If you want to run over there, you're gonna end up in the corner and get beat up like Pookie and them. All right. But with that being said, Juicy Jammers, how y'all feeling about this conversation right now? Have you ever ran across somebody who was looked at as a community leader, some kind of father figure, or whatever it is to the community out there, and he turned out to be a fraud, turned out to be a fake, turned out to be the biggest demon you'd ever seen in your life? Call in right now at 414-360-8999 and let's know something. All right.
And honestly, I feel like because of situations like this, and because I think social media back then, like, this is not nothing new, right? These things were happening all over with different community leaders and advocates and stuff, but we didn't know about it because it wasn't uncovered through social media. Now with social media, we can see the behind the scenes. People are talking, word spreads faster than what it did back then, and so now we are exposed to the idea that some of these leaders really are doing negative things, disgusting things behind the scenes.
Y'all really out here protecting Freddy Kruegers.
But that's why I feel like the idea of leadership is shifting now.
Okay,
I think it's not necessarily just one head person anymore. You know how we used to have the MLKs and we used to have, the Malcolm X's of the world. And I think people have been looking like, okay, well, who's that one person or who do we have? But I think now we have to see it more so as smaller pockets of people. Like it might be the leader that's holding different programs and classes for the youth, in their barbershops. Or it might be the influencers today. Like some influencers definitely can be influential. You know what I'm saying? They can be a leader and get out information in the way that they need to. So I think if we think of community leaders now more so as smaller pockets of people, and we all take the responsibility of, doing the right thing and trying to help the next person out, I think that would be more beneficial than more so looking at one type of person. But I don't know. 414-360-8999.
Yeah, and I agree with that statement though too, Juice. I don't think it has to be just one community leader, who's the person who's the head chief, head honcho, whatever you may call it. You guys may even look at Donald Trump as a leader, but even he has bosses who are behind him. He's just a representation for all of America. He's not the actual leader. He has to listen to a few people, and it's like, we're finna go that way with it, and that's what it's going to be. And even him, he has been accused of sexual assault. He has 33 felonies. He has more felonies. What?
He's been accused?
Yeah, he's been accused, but he's also been found guilty.
That's what I'm like. That's a fact.
Yeah, that's a fact. So it's just one of them things where, we can put faith in one man, but we should never. We should look at a full collective, a full group of people out there that are doing righteous things like the Justice League or the Avengers, if you will, or the X-Men, if you will, and then champion them, and champion them. And actually, that's how we grow that community. That's how we're growing our Juicy Jammer community right here. This is nothing but a whole bunch of, I think y'all good people. I hope y'all good people. Hope we don't got no Weird Al Yankovic's in there. You know what I'm saying? I hope not. But if we do, we need to expel them as well. But with that being said, how are y'all feeling about this conversation right now, man?
I like what Anita Nicole brought up. She said, do we need a leader or a spokesperson? Because there is definitely a difference.
That's real.
And honestly, that's something that we need to figure out, because I think we're getting the two intertwined, not like within the community. I think really maybe we do just need like a spokesperson, but we have a bunch of smaller leaders, because leader to me is the internal, like you're going out, you're talking to the people, like you're talking to the actual community, you're gathering people, you're coming up with ideas, you're, making some sort of structure for the people. But then maybe you have that spokesperson that goes and tells the masses about it. And maybe that spokesperson is the one that's teaching the other leaders how to be a leader and do it in their own smaller sectors and in their own smaller communities. Like maybe we have to figure out which one it is that we're necessarily looking for and which one are we trying to put our trust in. But having one specific spokesperson, I guess you could call it, because I never really thought about it that way, Anita Nicole. That was actually
well,
because I think we have been thinking that they're one and the same, that the person who is the spokesperson is also the leader, which they can be, but it's not necessary. It doesn't have to be that way.
I think in our communities for the past 50 to 60 years, that's what we have seen, though. Like, I'm talking about specifically the black community. When we're talking about, Martin Luther King, he is the spokesperson, or was the spokesperson for a large demographic of the black community, but he was also a leader in the black community. However, when there's other communities out there, they aren't the ones who that we see. Like I said before, Donald Trump, he's a spokesperson. However, there's somebody behind him who's actually the real leader. But call in Juice Nation at 414-360.
You got it memorized?
8999.
Hey!
So you can get your voice heard. All right. We're finna go to a call. Let's see you on my phone right now.
We got a caller.
Let's see who we talking to.
Knowledge yourself and
you already know. What's going on, BC? How you doing, bro?
Hey, man, I'm living, and it's a great day to be alive, but more importantly, I love what y'all doing, and I just had to tune in.
Thanks, dog.
Thank you.
That's love, man. That's love.
We've missed hearing your voice.
And, hey, same here, sis, and I've been watching y'all, and I see you got your hair on fleek. You've been living good. You've been living real good, so... But listen, I'm so surprised. I'm so happy that y'all didn't let that be the shortcoming and you raised even higher. Now watch it explode. But what I got to say on that topic is two things for certain. R. Kelly, never ever, threw all of his albums away. Couldn't rock with him after that. That was the one that did it for me.
Yeah. Well, why did R. Kelly do that for you?
Dude, I got daughters, I got granddaughters, I got sisters, I got nieces, and just the thought of, one of them want to be in that dream, and I come from the shy, so possibility it could have been a small circle, and they could have been somewhat included in that, and then nah, it ain't that beat ain't that sharp for me no more.
Gotcha. I mean, I could. And you're not wrong about that though, BC. You're really not, man. So you were looking at R. Kelly as the man. You're like, man, R. Kelly, the artist, I loved his music, but Robert Kelly, the man, I couldn't rock with anymore because of the sexual assault allegations.
I pee on you, can't do it, bro.
You so
hey,
crazy,
love y'all.
BC.
I gotta get back to work. That's that Jammin, brother. What's happening, y'all? Y'all back on bars? Yeah, love, righteous.
Love you, dog. God bless you and be safe out there, bro. Nah, and see, that's what we saying, though, man. Like, we really need to figure out how to differentiate between the two. Who's a leader, who's a spokesperson, and when they do come out with these sexual assault ideas around them, and they've actually been accused and found guilty of these things, we do need to shun them from our communities, because, again, I think if we don't shun them from our communities, if we don't shun them from our communities, then we continue to enable that behavior inside of our village, inside of our family homes. Like, there's always people out there. I can't say there's always people out there, but y'all know about those family secrets. It's that one uncle you're not supposed to go and sit on his lap. You can't even talk to him how you should be able to talk to your uncle. I think that's so sad and devastating. But with that being said, that's why we pose this question how we did. Are we putting too much faith and trust inside of our community leaders?
But for me personally, I think it really depends on what it is that they are doing behind the scenes. Now if they out here messing with little kids, that's a no. Like I cannot put my trust in you as a leader if you messing with little kids. But let's say you're like a pastor, right? Because I feel like a lot of people put pressure on pastors to be 100% perfect, which they're not at the end of the day. They try to be, and because they try to follow the Bible, they try to follow, let's just say Jesus, so to speak, if that's the type of pastor that they are, and a Christian pastor. And I do think that we hold them to such a high standard that it's unrealistic because they are human and they deal with human desires in a sense, but we have to give them grace, in my opinion. But certain people don't don't need to have grace, you know, but I can still put my trust in, let's say,
the Lord,
a pastor that is honest, at least, not necessarily hiding things behind the scenes, but is honest with someone saying like, hey, I am working on this because I know I'm that type of person where it's like, okay, I might have, just to throw it out there, I might be working on not cussing as much, right? Or I might be working on my anger, to not get upset with people and not fight them just because I don't know how to express my emotions properly. That type of stuff, I feel like you can be like, okay, I'm going to give my pastor grace for that. But other things, absolutely not. But I definitely just want to throw that out there because I don't know why I thought of that. We put a lot of pressure on pastors and expect that they're just supposed to be just like Jesus, but really what we're seeing in a pastor is their walk in that, to be as close to that as they can. And I think that makes it a little bit relatable too.
No, you know, I hear what you're saying, Juice, because at the end of the day, what you're saying is like, you know what, if you can live your testimony and have that testimony on your sleeve and still try to lead me and guide me in the right way, then I could accept that.
Yeah,
you know, I could
as long
accept
as you're
that.
not like, you know.
But at the same time, that's why I also said, you know, I don't believe it should just be any one person that you're like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and follow. Because you can go ahead and follow them to the gates of hell. You know, you could go ahead and follow them to the gates of hell. Just like, you know, in Hitler. Hitler was a good guy, you know, back in 1930s. You know, he was a good guy. However, he led his people to utter destruction. He went to go kill millions of people. Just like Mussolini, he killed millions of people. Hell, what's his name? Jim Jones told them folks to go ahead and drink some Kool-Aid. Black folks, y'all love Kool-Aid. Y'all love Kool-Aid. You would have been there with Jim Jones if you just followed the Kool-Aid man. You know what I'm saying? So you can't just put all your faith in one man.
That's going over my head with
You don't know about Jim Jones?
No, what he do?
Jim Jones was a cult leader. He's a cult leader.
The one who ain't married Chrissy, right?
No, that's where Jim Jones actually took his name from.
Oh,
You're thinking about the rapper.
Because you talk about Kool-Aid, I'm thinking like lean and stuff like that. Like that's where my mind went.
She said Kool-Aid.
My mind went to hip hop.
I
know that might be ignorant of me, but it went strictly to hip hop.
It was very ignorant, but it's okay. It's okay because we're here to educate the people. All right, so if you didn't know,
yeah, I was about to say you didn't let me know. Okay, yeah, let me know.
Jim Jones was a preacher who promised equality and love through his people's temple, which was his church. And a lot of times, people who are cult leaders have churches.
Yeah. What year was this?
He started in 1970s and then it ended in like late 80s, early 90s, somewhere, actually probably like 1994. But basically a whole bunch of people drunk with some Kool-Aid because they thought they were finna go to they were finna ascend to another world or whatever, but it was all underneath the leadership of this guy named Jim Jones. But basically he had a bunch of people commit a mass suicide drinking this Kool-Aid.
Got it. I remember that. I didn't know his name. That was his name. Mm-hmm. Got it. I understand now.
That's where that reference comes from. Like, oh, y'all drunk the Kool-Aid?
Oh.
Yeah, that's where that reference comes from.
Got it. Okay, it's all connecting. I didn't know that was his name, Jim Jones.
You know them other folks drunk the Kool-Aid. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, it's just one of these things where I don't think you can put
shots fired.
You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I don't think you can put your faith in just one man. You really need to put it into yourself and then allow yourself to guide yourself. And then if you find a group of people, cool. A lot of hive mind is much better than just one mind. So that's good. Well, that's what I gotta say.
Last thing I would say, and then we could I'll have you do your rabbit hole. Choose your rabbit hole. Going back to the community and it being our responsibility as well to somewhat hold ourselves accountable for being leaders in the community. When you do know that somebody is doing something wrong, one, you either got to call, especially if it's really bad, like it's really bad to the point where they could go to prison for it and you don't want them to keep harming other people in the community, you have to say something. Like that whole snitching thing, like, oh, I don't want to be looked at as a snitch and all this other stuff. I get where it comes from, but if someone is committing harm or doing harm to the people in your community, it is your responsibility as a leader as well to make sure that it stops, you know? So I saw some posts that was saying like, oh, whoever snitched on that man, like y'all bogus, like y'all out here being cops and stuff. Yeah, because it is my duty to be a member of this community to make sure that this person does not continue to harm the community. You know what I'm saying? So that's just the last thing that I'll say about that. It's all of our duties. What did Tori Lowe be saying? If we all work together, we don't got to do it. If we all do a little,
nobody got to do a lot.
Nobody got to do a lot. So hold your people accountable. Your family members, your friends, hold them accountable if they're doing wrong, especially if they out here trying to portray themselves as someone who we should be putting our trust in. That's just not cool to me. But that was pretty much it. I got my trust in Jesus. That's my leader.
Yeshua.
That's my leader.
Yeshua.
Okay.
Yes, you are. Okay, I think it's time for us to go down the rabbit hole. All right, Juicy Jammers. If you don't know what a rabbit hole is, it is a piece of information you find on the internet or experience in real life that takes you from one piece of information you find to another, up until your curiosity is satisfied. And today, Juicy Jammers, we could talk about how China made a new bone glue. Called Bone 02. All right, called Bone 02. And again, it was made in China, just like most American products. It has been developed to fix fractures in as little as 3 minutes through a single injection. Juice, a side note, have you ever broken a bone?
No, thank God.
Good.
It was because I drank a lot of milk, they said. I know that was a marketing thing, but I used to think that was why back in the day.
Don't you find that suspicious?
You don't remember them saying that?
Yeah, bro. I come from the 90s era. Got Milk was one of the biggest propagandas to make us drink milk.
Yes, to get your calcium, and not just your calcium, but they said it helps you protect yourself from broken bones. So I was drinking a lot of milk thinking that's why I never had a broken bone. But really, I just didn't really do a lot of activities.
That's actually facts. Okay. You weren't active enough to even break anything.
I was very cautious as a child.
But that's okay, though. That's okay. I've never broken a bone either, though, Juice. I've never broken a bone.
That's suspicious to me.
Well, no, they actually
say... The life you've lived.
They say people who've never broken a bone are actually blessed by God. That's why you've never broken a bone. All right,
Thank you, God.
Hopefully I don't break any bones throughout any part of my lifetime because I don't know what I would do. All right, I really don't know what I would do. I don't know how I would react. I don't know if it'd be my fibula, my tibula just breaking out, popping out, and I could see it. That would freak me out. And I probably would pass out just like I've done many a times. The pain I've endured has gotten too heavy. All right, one time I remember my thighs had locked up so much. You know how you get a Charlie horse in your leg, but it be in your thigh. Some of the worst stuff out of it. Yeah, because I was super dehydrated. Both my thighs had locked up and stuff. I remember sitting in a tub and I was like, oh my God, just put me to sleep. And I went straight to sleep. But by the time I woke up, I was fine. All right. But knowing what I know now, because China has developed this bone glue, I might take some of that bone glue. I might take some bone glue and fix a bone or something. Fix a fracture,
I need to see the test runs first.
Yeah, I'll try it out. I might be a crash test dummy. But no, Juicy Jammers, we're going to talk about a question I have. And that question today is, would you want to live forever or is death necessary? I said, would you want to live forever or is death necessary? I said, would you want to live forever or is death necessary? So, stand back and stand by for the next 3 minutes to take a juice break. Because when we come back, we finna take a trip down the rabbit hole. Do you really want to live forever, forever, forever young? Benjamin Button disease.
Living forever, living forever,
We'll
living
be back,
forever.
Juicy Jammers. But while you wait, make sure to go to our Instagram and follow and like our page, Jammin with Juice. When we return, I will make sure to get on Carrie's nerves. See you soon, Juicy Jammers. Yo, what's up? It's me, your boy, Ben Jammin. And when I need that fresh fade, that clean lineup, I only hit one spot ever, okay? And it's just called New Image Barbershop in Racine, Wisconsin. They don't just cut hair, they create confidence, all right? From fades to tapers, from beards to dreads. They'll have you looking brand new each and every time you walk out that chair. Walk-ins always welcome, appointments easy peasy, and the vibe is immaculate. So if you're in Racine and you want to step out looking like a new image, pull up to the shop that keeps the city fresh. That's New Image, where every cut's a masterpiece.
If you want to stay in the know, you gotta sip on something juicy, where me, your girl Noni Juice, spills the juice on recent headlines you might have missed. From local Milwaukee stories to trending topics and breaking news, you gotta know what's going on. So I'm gonna keep you updated. So don't miss Something Juicy every single weekday in the 7 o'clock hour, exclusively right here on Jammin' with Juice. Keep it juicy, y'all.
What's up, Juicy Jammers? It's me, your boy, Ben Jammin. And when I'm not on this mic entertaining you all with my rabbit holes and laughs on Jammin' with Juice, I'm writing songs that express the other side of my Gemini. See, the heavens and the earth, they're both dual in nature. Finding that balance between your heart's desires and reality, and that's what I see as one of my greatest gifts. So tap into Jammin' with Juice each and every day, because even if your cup feels half empty, you'll always leave with your cup filled. It's amazing.
Got a business, event, or brand you want the city to know about? You gotta let them know about it here. Jammin' with Juice is where the people are listening, laughing, and showing love every single morning. Let's put your brand right in the mix. Whether it's an on-air mention, interview, or social media promo, we've got options that make sense for you. So if you're ready to get your message in front of our Juicy Jammers, hit us up at jamminwithjuice@gmail.com and let's work.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm thick-cut bacon sizzling on your stove. And while you were over there smearing your bagel, this little piggy went on a splatter spree. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, you'll be crying wee over this fire in your home. So get Allstate.
That's right, y'all. You gotta get Allstate. So contact Milwaukee Allstate agent Cynthia Johnson today.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
And we're back. The juice break is over. So it's time to pour up more of the juiciest conversations to get your day going. Let's get it.
Hey, you know what? Since this is our show, this beat that I just played, y'all, is actually a song I got, you know. So I'm rapping. Am I drinking from the gut, only worry about his brother who was raised by his mother? Am I drinking from the streets, only beef from the beats when he speaks to the streets? Only got two sides I have to recognize. My highs and lows, my words and whys, my run not done. It's defined by who am I? Am I nigga from the gut, only worry about his brother who was raised by his mother? Am I nigga from the streets, only geeks to the beats when he speaks to the streets? Only got two sides I have to recognize. My highs and lows, my words and whys, my run not done. It's defined by who am I? I've been looking in the mirror and I don't see myself. I use alcohol and marijuana to free myself. I used to use my first letter to beat myself. But ever since my father's death, I can't see myself. I got a talk show that I talk on where I spoke about it. I reflect, I go home, I smoke about it. My inner thoughts and my inner demons get so violent they want revenge on this whole planet if it blowed up. I'm living whole stranded. If it froze up, I would take a pick and let them ice pick and be so kidding that I land on another whole planet and of course it brought me some hoes. I got too much on my mind, brother. I'm feeling like I'm running out of time, brother. I'm one blade from a line cutter. It made me ask myself, who am I? Who am I? Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah. Who am I?
Who am I?
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
am I?
The Gemini.
Who am I?
Yeah.
Who am I?
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
am I? Do you wanna live or die?
Woo!
Who am I?
Who am I?
Who am I?
Who am I?
Who am I? You can see it in my eyes.
The Gemini.
Who am I?
Who am I?
Who am I?
Who am I?
Who am I? Do
Yeah.
you wanna
Yeah.
live or die?
All right now.
Woo!
Yeah.
I think that was a great introduction to the rabbit hole.
Yeah, you know, hey, when I run past a beat that I love and I've already written to, why not, damn it? This is a song I didn't even dropped yet. I have not even recorded this yet. If y'all like that song, drop some fire flames in the Juicy Jammer chat right now and I'll record it this weekend and drop another bomb upon y'all heads. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know we got that splat over here.
What is that?
We got that sauce, huh?
That a hot key?
We got that sauce. All right, I'm just geeked up this morning. I ate garlic this morning.
Yeah, you were just telling me that story about the garlic.
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah, folks said it was lit.
No, it was good.
It was lit, and that was just the first verse. Second verse, oh my God. Whew.
I get so upset with Ben, y'all.
Why, bro?
Because you don't put out your stuff.
I'm getting better at it, Juice.
I know, but
I'm balancing my Gemini.
I'm just saying, stop using that as an excuse.
I'm balancing my Gemini. That's really what I'm doing, bro. Like that's what that song is about. That's what that song is about. It's called, it's called Who Am I? But truthfully, the questioning and the meaning of it is me searching for me searching for the Gemini.
Yes.
You know, Gemini don't want me free. Gemini just want to be me. Gemini just want to be twin.
Ooh.
Gemini just want to be Ben.
Ooh.
Okay.
See, it's fire, but I'm just saying. I would like to be able to play that on like a Spotify, you know, or I would like to be able to listen to that in the gym if I want some motivation, but it ain't
Who
there.
am I?
You can't. He be keeping it in here, and he be keeping it in here.
I guess right now
he keeps it in here.
This version of that song, Who Am I? They can go back and listen to on Jammin with Juice. You know, this is our third episode.
Right.
Actually, we'll clip it. That's a good promo product.
You could clip it, put it on your page. But right now, you guys, welcome back to Jammin with Juice. And we are about to take a trip down the rabbit hole. So abrupt.
You know what I'm saying? I just had to switch it up real quick. Okay, so so the truth is, all right, Juicy Jammers, if you don't know what a rabbit hole is, it is a piece of information you find on the internet or experienced in real life that takes you from one piece of information you find to another, up until your curiosity is satisfied. And today, Juicy Jammers, for November 12th, oh my God, we're almost halfway through the month. 2025 is moving.
No, it is,
bro. My rabbit hole question, would you want to live forever? Like, really, would you want to live forever? Or is death a necessary factor? Is it a necessary component for your life to live in a full circle, all right? Would you want to live forever, or is death necessary? It actually stems from a story I found, again, stemming from China, all right? China has now developed a new drug that will allow you to live longer, all right? And this drug here, let me open this up a little bit. This drug here will actually allow, or they're testing it out right now, but they're developing it or whatever, will extend the human life to 150 years. Would you really want to live to 150? All right, China is investing heavily in anti-aging research with new companies, labs, and products claiming to extend life. One startup in China called Lanvi Bioscience says its grapeseed-based pill, all right, grapeseed-based pill could help people live past 100. Though experts say more testing is needed, living to 150 is definitely, or will be, an actual reality in the future for all of us that are currently alive right now. But would you really want to live to 150? After I had read that idea, I thought to myself, you know, a young Benny, you know, would have told you I wanted to live forever. Okay, I would have said I wanted to live forever. I don't never want to die. Okay, death looks very scary to me. It looks very final. In fact, my father's ashes aren't here. Do I really want to be in my son's microphone one day? You know, and I don't think so. I really don't want to be that way. Okay, and a young Benny would have told you I would have liked to live forever. However, if I live forever, do I get to be, you know, in the same skin that I'm in right now, this current version of Benjamin?
Like the young version?
The young version? Like, could I live at the age of 33 forever? Or do I live to be 150 and I look dried up, you know, like a rotten tomato or something, or an old grape that turns into a raisin, you know, like SpongeBob grandma? Like, do I want to be that?
Whoa.
You know? But anyway, that was the end of my rabbit hole. Call in, text in at 414-360-8999 and let us know how you feel about this, man. Would you really want to live forever? We got so many new advances in technology these days. They're finding out ways to keep us here longer. And personally, me, I mean, I would like to think that they really just want to enslave us and keep us here. All right, as if heaven.
Who is us? Like just people?
Just people in general. Just people in general. Not just the black people, you know, not just the Mexican people, not just even just white people, just everybody. And the elites at top want to keep us here to enslave us. That's what I believe. But like I said, call in, text in 414-360-8999. Let us know how y'all really feel. Would you really want to live forever, or would you like to die someday? Juice?
That's a very interesting question. And I think when I was younger, I used to say like, man, it would be lovely to have a fountain of youth, that you could drink from and live forever and never have to go one day. But the more I get older and I just understand what purpose is and the reason why we're even here to begin with, I learned that we're not meant to stay earthly like this forever. Like there are bigger, the plot is bigger than just wanting to stay on earth, depending on what you believe in, right? Now, if you are, let's say, a Christian, then you believe that you are going to go back to God at the end of all of this, and then all of his people will eventually come back down here to earth and live happily ever after, right? So if you're someone who believes in that idea, then it's like, you can't really get too attached to the earthly things that are going on in this world, because you know that the greatest world is really what the final destination is supposed to be. So I guess that would be my answer to that. It's like, when I was younger, 100%, because I'm just like, man, the thought of going one day is a scary thought because it's the unknown. And I think that's really why people are a little bit timid about it, because they're like, man, what really does happen? That's something that we don't necessarily fully know all the time, but I think it just depends on your beliefs.
Hey, you know what, KW, you got a point, right? Because I don't identify as a Christian or any kind of religious idea or background. I consider myself a spiritual person. I believe in God, and God had a son and turned into man. He walked the earth and tried to make it better, but he was actually sacrificed for the betterment of us. I truly do believe that. If you'd like to call him that, then fine. I know that he was a spirit in an entity who was holier than everybody else here on this planet. Okay, but I agree with what KW does say though. Like he says, I would only want to live forever only if there's no afterlife. Like if death is actually just a final thing, like you just die and that's it. If that's all, like it's almost as if I just go to sleep and nothing happens to me. I would actually just want to live forever, but only at my current state right now. I don't want to be like an old 150-year-old and my knees don't work, or I can't walk, or I got broken bones. We was just talking about broken bones. Like if I fall and my hip break, I don't want that. I want to be young and sturdy, or at least feel that way.
So what do you believe happens though?
What do I believe happens
personally?
Afterwards?
Like what do you believe personally as far as what happens when people go?
I believe that when you do go, you do transcend to another realm, like the actual spiritual realm, the heavens, if you will. I think that God has a heaven for everybody, like that you're going to end up on. I mean, I told you the story before, right, Juice? Where I felt like I went to heaven.
I think so.
Yeah. Where I talked about me going to heaven, or at least talking to God, and it felt like that space or that island in the sky was actually my space that I'm supposed to stay at afterwards. Like I'm going back to that. So if that's what if that's what my future is ahead of me after I leave this earthly plane, then so be it. I'm cool, And I kind of do think, because I've went unconscious in my life about like 5 times over. I think
what's going on?
Well, I would just believe that it has to be something like that. Like you really don't remember what happened. Like say for instance, you pass away by nefarious means, meaning like you got shot or you got killed or whatever. You probably don't really remember the first like 5 minutes of it happening, but then when you transcend into that other place, you just in a whole other place. Almost like when you go to sleep. When you go to sleep, you almost are traveling to different realms and a multiverse, if you will. And you would for sure in your dreams think that place was a real place. Actually, I had a dream about us the other day.
Really?
Bro,
got a lot of people dreaming about us.
Bro, I had a dream about us the other day, but this is a weird dream, bro. This is a very weird dream. Like we was running in like some field or whatever, bro. We was running in some kind of field, and I swear I saw 3 gigantic roosters. All right, and I could have swore that they were real. So much so when I saw these things, I was like, bro, those is freaking dinosaurs. That's a freaking dinosaur right there. And they went to attack me. All right, it was 3 giant ones. or whatever. But I didn't know what that dream meant whatsoever. But all I'm saying is when you go to sleep and you are dreaming, you would swear for Lord that is a real reality that you are living, and it's just crazy that you can actually remember those things. But that's what I think ends up happening to you after you do pass away. You go into another realm, and you're actually able to live there in that other realm and even interact with other people on this side of the grass, if you will. Because me, I've told you before, I've seen my father about 3 times since his passing, and each time was an impactful moment. Each time was an impactful moment, and I also think it was also setting me up for what I'm currently doing right now. I feel like the spirits, if you will, can talk to you through the other side. So I believe there's definitely an other side.
Right. Now, hypothetically speaking, let's say you don't believe in like a final destination place when it comes to like heaven and stuff like that, right? I think it would be interesting to see how all of this like plays out. Like will we one day get the flying cars? Like how will we get our government back in order? Like what will the America look like in, let's say, 100 years? I think it would be very interesting to know like how all of this works out, because right now how things are going, it's just like, man, where are we about to be? Like what will humans really look like? What will our ways of transportation look like? What type of things will we care about? Like how will we be making our money? Will money even matter, in the next like 100 years? That's what I would like to see, but hypothetically speaking, but overall I understand the bigger plan, I guess.
No, Juice, I'm glad you brought that up, because slowly but surely we're definitely moving to a cashless society where physical money doesn't matter anymore. We'll have, cards or cryptocurrency, if you will. That is happening.
Or chips.
Or, look, I think if we get the chips, by the time we all get the chips, the death is definitely among us. The devil is here. Antichrist is here at some point.
Don't get the chip.
I am a person who was always thinking about, like, those people who decide to cryogenically hibernate, like how they said they froze Walt Disney, and he's supposed to get out in like I guess like 2050 and see what the world looks like. I've actually wondered, could I do something like that as well? Would I want to do something like that? And I've definitely thought about doing that before. Like the only thing is though, Juice, especially if I'm able to live to be 150 or whatever may have you, and like say for instance you are only one of the people that take the 150-year-old pill, right, that China is developing or whatever, right, and you're able to live that long. The saddest part about it is everybody around you'd have to see pass away.
Yeah.
Everybody you ever developed an intimate connection with, you'd have to see pass away, and possibly even their children pass away. You'd see your kids pass away.
That's how I think of the person who ends up holding the world record for being the longest living person on Earth. It's like that must feel really lonely, like when you get to that point, because it's like, man, everybody that I've ever known before this moment is gone. Every single person. I am the last person of that time period ever. And then it's almost like what do they call it? Almost like death row in a sense. Because then it's like, okay, once they go, the next person is like, man, now I'm the next up. And now I 100% know that everybody before me is like gone. It's like, to me, in some people's minds, they would think that, okay, that's amazing. You got to live to be 130 or 120 or whatever it is. But in a sense, to me, it's kind of sad, because it's like, man, everything about what you knew is gone, and everything has completely changed. But I mean, nullified. Long life is a blessing, don't get me wrong, but it's just something sad to me to think about it that way.
Well, Jammin says, and I agree with this too, he says, the older I get, I can accept my own mortality. It's harder to accept death and grief from my loved ones. That's the worst. Today, I'll take quality over quantity every time. And I agree with that, man. Like, I really didn't have a perspective on my age or, what life was up until my father actually did die.
Yeah.
Because it's one of them things that when your parent passes away, it lets you know that you can be up next. You know what I'm saying? It lets you know that, like, your mortality is infinite. Like, it's going to happen.
That life ain't a game,
Yeah, life isn't a game. And eventually you will get that toe tag. And you won't be awake for it, unless you're in a movie or something like that. But other than that, it's just one of them things that reminds you, like, one of these days your time has to come. And I'm actually, appreciative of this, more appreciative of this life that I got. Because even, and I've said this before, but by the time I turned age 30, it made me look back on my life, like from age 20 to actually from age 18 to age 30, and maybe be like, dang, I've lived a good life. Like I'm good. Like I haven't, I don't got no crazy felonies. I don't have no kids just running around out here. My life is headed in a good direction. I didn't fall in any of life's traps so far yet or anything like that, but it just made me be appreciative because I know there were so many people who come from my neck of the woods, come from the south side of Racine, and actually got killed in gun shootouts or accidentally killed. One of my best friends, her name was Faith. She got shot in the head by a shotgun. And this is just because of a gang initiation. That's it. Yeah, that's it. She got shot in the face.
Well, like somebody shot her because they wanted to be a part of a gang?
Yeah, that's legitimately what happened.
And it was just random, or they knew her?
No, it was random. She was on a part of town people call it a P, which is actually like Phillips Avenue or whatever on the south side, close to Park High School. And she was just sitting on a friend's steps, and the red truck just was driving up the street and just pointed somebody out. Had a shotgun, and
that's crazy.
Yeah, you hear the clicks and bow, and that was it. And she got hit in her face and passed away about I want to say 2 days after. But God bless her, man. She was one of my best friends as a child, and it was one of them things like that was one of my childhood friends who passed away from gunfire. Other young gentlemen like myself had passed away from gunfire, but or it ended up in jail. Like I know 2 dudes that I went to school with that are lifers right now, living the rest of their life in prison. And I'm just glad that those things never happened to me. And I'm sad for the things that happened, unfortunately, to my other peers. But it made me be more appreciative of the life that I'm currently living right now. Because I'm like, man, thank you, God. I don't know what plan you really have for me, but I'm gonna live by you each and every day. Because I know my one thing that I gotta do in this life is return back to you. So.
Yeah, because that's what ends up happening if you believe in that, But we, I thought that was a good rabbit hole, man. Great question today.
Yep.
Say it one more time.
Hey, would you really want to live forever, or is death something you have to live?
Yeah.
Is it necessary?
Continue to put your answers in the chat. We are about to wrap up the show with a bow and give you our drop of juice when we come back. So don't go anywhere. We still have a little bit of juice left to spill when we come back, you guys. So make sure you guys keep it locked. More Jammin' with Juice on the way.
All right, Juicy Jammers, y'all know we're going to come back. But in the meantime, stay patient, stay waiting, and stay hopeful. The greatest things comes to those who wait. Take a sip of that.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm thick-cut bacon sizzling on your stove. And while you were over there smearing your bagel, this little piggy went on a splatter spree. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, you'll be crying wee over this fire in your home. So get Allstate.
That's right, y'all. You gotta get Allstate. So contact Milwaukee Allstate agent Cynthia Johnson today.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Hey, Jammin' with Juice is officially back, you guys. And you know what? I am so excited to be back with my co-star. Okay, we got Benjamin in the building. Benjamin, how you feeling?
Amazing. No, seriously, Juicy Jammers, it is so great to be back over this airwaves, connecting with you all over again. Thank you guys again just for holding it down with us, man, for so long. All the DMs, all the messages, all the likes, the comments.
Y'all definitely were doing your big one, reaching out to us and just keeping the show alive. You know what I'm saying? So now that we are officially back, make sure you tell everybody that you know.
Tell your mama.
Okay, that Jammin' with Juice is back to give you that daily drop of juice every single morning. Okay, if you gotta go to the gas station, if you at the mall, whoever you run into,
tell
just
your
let
local
them know.
Drug dealer.
All right, that they gotta tap into Jammin' with Juice. Man, you are so crazy.
Okay, let's do it again.
Do it again? No, let's see how it sounded first.
I don't think that sounded good.
I thought it was beautiful.
I thought the direction was there.
Do it.
Let's just do it one more time.
Do what?
Do it again.
Okay, what's
Tell the people. They listening right now. Tell the people. Tell the people what you need to tell them. What we need to tell them. Cause look, Juicy Jammers, from the bottom of Benjamin heart, I really appreciate you guys. When somebody, gets let go from their job.
We ain't doing that.
No,
we ain't talking about that.
Okay, we ain't doing all that. Just thank you, Juicy Jammers, man. Seriously, I found out throughout this time period. Okay, I don't want to be that deep. I know how to enunciate.
I'm not about to keep playing with you. Cut this up and call it a day.
Whatever, bro. Y'all really want this show?
Bro, this is a 30-second. We back. Tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your sister, tell your brother, tell your auntie, tell your baby daddy.
We back, but we ain't never left, okay? We ain't never left, all right? We just got a new platform, and it's our own platform.
Facts. But yeah, y'all was holding it down. We appreciate it so much. And we are just glad to be able to be back in community with all of you and to, entertain y'all. Because it's about to get even crazier. We on our own, Ben. We independent.
INDEPENDENT. Do you know what that means? You already know what it is. This is Jammin' with Juice. And make sure you go like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and go to jamminwithjuice.com to become a certified Juice Jammer. Remember, from here on out, you're amazing. I'm back with that bull. Woo! I'm back with a full clip. Y'all want to know the truth? Well, this what the truth is. Truth to be ruthless. Don't mess with the Jewish. Business is business. Watching my sentence. Period. I'm gone. Period. We on.
Do it.
Period. Watch the throne. Period. Rule the earth is what we own. I'm living forever. I'm hot as hell. Look at my sweater. Jammin' with Juice just hopped in the booth. Go on now. Watch on YouTube. Woo!
All right.
Woo! Freestyle King.
We are.
Woo! I'm freestyling like Yao Ming, like Yao Ying, like Qi Ling, like Chun Li. Woo! Don't I got money now? Don't I got money now? Don't I got air? Don't I got money now? Look at my hair. The lighting is crisp. The lighting is light with the clip. I jam with the clips. Woo! Okay, I'm done.
Are you done? I'm gonna let you cook, bro.
I got ADHD. Are you playing with me? Okay, I'm done. I'm done, man. I'm done.
I feel like I look like that meme. How you turn it down?
Oh, the music?
Yeah.
I got you, G. Ma, how can you beating up? Okay.
You're crazy. But
no,
you know
I got a verse for this too.
I be letting you do your thing, Ben.
Yeah, let me
I don't want to stifle your creativity, right? Because that is you stimming. That is definitely you stimming, bro.
I'm over here slating this and stuff.
All right, we only got like a couple minutes, but we're about to wrap up the show with a bow and give you our drop of juice. Like, this is the energy that y'all need to start your day, because I myself am pumped up, okay? Like, I myself am ready to get this thing cracking. I guess I'm just gonna keep my stuff very short, and I'm gonna piggyback off of something that somebody said in the chat here. DV Johnson 73 says that's why older folks get up super early, because they want to cherish and experience every second. As I see my people get older, it stresses me out. A lot of people avoid this combo, but no, I agree 100% that waking up early is the cheat code to life, in my opinion, which is why I actually like that we do this show in the morning, because getting up early, you get so much more time, you get so much you get to think about things and how you want to start your day, and you just get more time here on this earth to really live out what you want to live out. You know what I'm saying? So don't take these days for granted. Don't take the time for granted, and just get up when you got to get up. And last thing, I'm at the Marquette game today. Yes, we have a Marquette game. So if you are going to be down there at Pfizer Forum, make sure you do so and see your girl hosting the game. It's going to be so much fun. And yeah, that is my drop of juice. What is yours, Benjamin?
Just because you're not
just having a seizure is wild, KW.
I be spazzing. But no, just because you may have passed on from the physical realm doesn't mean you don't get a chance to live forever.
Ooh.
God had promised us eternal life, and that's what I believe in. Whether I'm in the shell or not, I will still be felt in this universe or other in many other ways.
That's a bar. That is a bar. Go to jamminwithjuice.com Get your merch.
Get your merch. You see the Jammin' with Juice hoodie?
Send us an email if you want to advertise Jammin' with Juice at gmail.com.
Yeah.
But that is going to wrap up the show. It's Jammin' with Juice, baby. It is me, your girl, Noni Juice, always keeping it juice. That has been Jammin'.
It is amazing.
Meet us here tomorrow, same time, same place. You know right where to find us here at 7 a.m. It is Jammin' with Juice, you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Stay safe. I hope you're energized and just have had a great start to your morning. And thank you. We appreciate you for being here with us, all right? Well, we'll see you tomorrow. See you later, you guys. Bye. Follow us on Instagram, too. Jammin' with Juice _
Okay.
See you later.
Is that right?
That is right, Benjamin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fresh
to the mug, yeah. To the mug, yeah. To the mug, yeah.
Okay, we gotta go.